Yo, what's up everyone? My name is Quiz7 and today we're going to be actually talking about something a little bit different. The gimvitational happened recently and I was thinking while watching it, how good is Cloud on stage hazards? I'm only going to be covering Smashville and Town and City since like the other ones weren't like they didn't show up very often, like Fountain of Dreams for example. And let's just get right into it. So hazards is kind of interesting because we had hazards previously in Smash 4 with Smashville and Town, but I actually don't know how much it affected Cloud then. I wasn't competing back then, but if you guys were there or know kind of how it affected Cloud's meta, comment below. But anyways, I'll kind of go based off of what I have seen and also like what I like, kind of theory crafting stuff. So Smashville, the center platform, moves like from left to right over and over again, right? Instead of staying in the center. And I think this is actually pretty good for Cloud. Like I think Smashville gets much better for Cloud. Because I personally dislike Smashville, or I don't like dislike it, but I don't like how little room there is for me to kind of set up my space and such, and so it's kind of hard. And then when against like zoner characters or characters with really strong stage control, it's really hard to get in through that like big platform, right? But the thing is that now that it moves, it makes it so that's not as strong. And not only that, but also we sometimes have an extra mix-up to recover with, which is really nice. Because, you know, since you can get knocked off so easily on Smashville, it's nice that they make up for it in a way where, like, sometimes the platform will be there as a mix-up. So I think that's good. And also, I think it kind of, like, promotes some more campy playstyle by Cloud, I guess. Because now, like, you can stay on the top platform and... okay, I know this was in Smash 4 where you could kind of dare camp it, right? And so like it was kind of hard for people to approach, but Dare isn't like as good as it used to be, so it probably would be good in like some more like specific matchups, like brawler matchups, for example, Mario, Mii Brawler. It would make like some of those matchups like a little more doable on Smashville because you could kind of like you could dare camp some, and that can be hard for them to contest. So obviously can't do it 24/7 because eventually it gets predictable, but I think that overall, Smashville, I think it gets better. And also, the other thing, I mean, it's kind of rare, but if you are comboing on the side platform and it's moving with you, or the way you're comboing, I guess, it makes it so that Cloud could have more combos and such. And, you know, like, maybe if you did, like, a back throw, you could actually combo more into, like, let's say a cross slash or something. The one thing I will say is I guess platform pressure is worse since the platform's moving, but the thing is that was always Cloud's like worst platform pressure stage because of how massive the platform was. It's one of those times where like he just wasn't really as effective because you know, there was more options. So like sure, I guess it would technically sometimes be harder for the opponent to get off, but also the opponent just had more room to get off. So I kind of feel like that it was hard to platform pressure in the first place, and now that it's moving, it's just like, okay, well, I guess that's like the only thing I think that gets worse, but it was already kind of bad before, so it's not like anything new. Overall, I feel like it actually pretty much makes him better in every single way. Now for Town's a little more interesting. I think that Town, well, okay, the for the first phase of Town, right, where it has the 3 platforms, I think it is better sometimes, but I think actually overall it's kind of worse for Cloud. So the thing is that the center platform will go like up and down, right? But the thing is that sure we do kind of get like kind of cheesy up tilt combos, right? Um, by like going up tilting with the platform's movement. But the thing is that I think it makes it so that it's actually easier to camp out Cloud and camp out Limit with like pretty much every character, because now you have like now 3 platforms can be all really high up, right? And like Cloud can, like, you can still like kind of make it, but like it's way harder for him to actually like approach, you know, you and such, when you're camping out Limit. And I mean, then again, like if Claw's the lead, then it's not that big of a deal. But I think that overall, I think like the first phase of it, it doesn't really benefit Cloud. Now for the third phase, because FD is the same, it's just FD. The third phase, I actually don't quite know. It's interesting. So it makes it so that Cloud, so previously the two platforms would just stay on the outside, but now that they're moving in and out, it means that like it sometimes it's harder for Cloud to get off ledge, cause sometimes, and then like this is kind of harder to judge here. I'm not really sure because like I think that the platforms moving in and out make it so that it, like I guess like Cloud can have an easier time ledge trapping sometimes, which is nice. Like I mean obviously it makes a difference, but I don't think it actually affects like how good he is on that part of the stage that much, because he wasn't really platform pressuring on that part to begin with, so it doesn't really matter as much. And then and it's not like, and it also does sometimes force the opponent to approach. I guess that's kind of nice that they don't camp out in the corner, but like but Cloud's really good in the corner, so like I feel like that doesn't really matter. So like overall I think the second phase is like not really a big deal for Cloud in his game plan. I think like overall it's the same. So when it comes to specifically town and Smashville hazards, I think overall it's good. I think Smashville is one of Cloud's like worst stages, like around the same area. Like I mean it's not bad, like he's still good on it, but it's just like the thing, he gets knocked off way more easily. And then the stage control aspect. I mean, it's strong when Cloud has it, but then when someone like Snake, for example, who has really strong stage control, I think it can be kind of hard to get in sometimes. But then with the platform moving around, it just I think it helps Cloud in almost every way, just because it makes his disadvantages not as noticeable, and it also improves some other aspects of his gameplay. Town, on the other hand, I think it gets a little worse, but not by a lot. Like I guess I favor Town a little less with hazards, because mainly just because of the first phase and the platform moving upwards and such, because it like would make it easier to camp out limit. I guess it would mean that Cloud could camp more too, but I feel like that's more so in specific situations like camping out Arsene, or for example. So anyways, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. This is kind of an interesting video to make, just kind of thinking about like how Cloud is different on hazards, because honestly I haven't thought about like different stages and hazards in a really long time, and I'm glad that the Gimvitational was attempting to kind of show what that could look like and see if it's favorable or not. Anyways, if you like the video, be sure to like the video and subscribe for all of this Cloud content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.